Hi, my name is Lisa. I'm an electrical apprentice in my fourth year of a 5-year apprenticeship program. Today, I'm going to share my story with you about how I became an apprentice after graduating from college, explain what I do in my work, and share some of my thoughts on this industry. Being an electrician was not a career path I was thinking about before I went to college and got a bachelor's degree in psychology. I graduated from college, and there just wasn't anything on the market that offered me the ability to grow into a career. It was my father, who's an electrician, that recommended I look into an apprenticeship program. I searched online and found out that this career path really offers me the ability to grow. I am happy with the career path that I picked, and as you might know, the construction industry is growing rapidly. In my apprenticeship program, I can study both by taking classes and learning on the job. During the apprenticeship, I'm trained by electrical journeymen, gain working experience on site, and earn a competitive wage. Moreover, tuition is paid for me, so I just need to pay for my books. It's substantially less expensive than college, so I decided to give it a try. I submitted an application, had some basic tests and interviews, and finally, I became an apprentice. Follow me. Let's continue talking about my apprenticeship program. As part of my training as an apprentice, an electrical journeyman teaches me on the job while I study by taking classes. The on-site practical training is actually a full-time job for me. Look around you. We are on a construction site. Most of my work begins here. I work 40 hours a week, where the hourly pay is a certain percentage of the journeyman hourly pay on the market, and I get a raise every year. By the way, health insurance, life insurance, and a retirement plan also comes with this job. Sounds like a good deal, right? Other than practical hands-on training on site, I also attend a 3-hour class 2 nights a week to learn the theoretical knowledge about electricity, as well as the National Electrical Code. Follow me. Let's take a look at the training center where I learn all of the theoretical knowledge and get hands-on training. Here's one of my classes. Here, we need to understand all those requirements before we start working on real projects. And a lot of times, hands-on training reinforces the things we actually learned in school. You might think, well, why are we learning all of this in the classroom? And then all of a sudden, you'll be doing something on the job and realize why you learned all of those theories and codes. It's really interesting to see how the material in the books and the work you're actually doing on site are related. To be honest, when I first started working on the site, I was worried all the time that I was at a disadvantage compared to the men on site because of the hands-on type of work we needed to do. I had zero experience with this kind of work, but usually a lot of the guys come in with some sort of hands-on work experience. Maybe they worked on their car or something like that. But when I actually joined the program, I found that if you're willing to try, everyone is willing to teach. It ended up not being as big of a challenge as I thought. Thanks to my journeyman, I learned a lot about how to perform the tasks on site while he shared his valuable experience with me. Follow me. Let's take a look at a lab where the hands-on training happens. Here's one of the hands-on labs in our training center. In this lab, we're in a unit that simulates a room under construction in a typical project. In this room, we can have a very close look at the electrical components that we will work with frequently. The conduit on top of the wall, the electrical switch boxes, and circuit breaker boxes. Or, on the other side of the lab, there's this wall where we can do some hands-on practices, such as running cables, connecting them to electrical panel boxes, and reading electric meters. Thanks to this hands-on training, I feel comfortable and confident in performing similar tasks on a real project. Follow me. Let's go to an actual job site that I work on. Every day, I start my work as soon as the clock hits 7. I could be working outside in poor weather conditions, or it can be a beautiful day. You could be working in a trench, or you could be in a concrete or steel building. Everyone's work can be different. In my working experience, I'm involved in several stages of the construction process and maintenance of buildings. Depending on the stage of the job, sometimes there might be nothing on the site. In this case, I'll be doing a lot of layout and planning for things that don't exist yet. Look around you. We're in the early stages of a construction project. I have to think and imagine everything in 3D while looking at two-dimensional drawings. Anticipate, for example, where I should run the conduit and install the devices and make sure my work will not interfere with any other trade's work. I also need to consider the underground electrical conduit installation to make sure our future installations are perfectly aligned and connected with those large banks of conduit already installed underground. Follow me. Let's take a look at another site that I worked on. I have also worked for projects in the later stages of construction. On this site, I'm responsible for providing temporary power and lighting installations. If I don't perform my work properly, workers won't be able to see what they're working on. You'll notice that there are yellow wires hanging from the ceiling. These yellow cables provide power to light bulbs. I've spliced and routed these cables in a way that is safe for workers on the site. Although these light bulbs are only temporary, a lot of planning is required. Follow me. Let's go to another job site. Here, if you look up, you will see metal conduits are placed and some wires are hanging from the ceiling. This is typical work I perform on projects, pulling wires through the conduit to power electrical devices and appliances. Or, on the other side of the room, I also install switches and electrical outlets on the wall to control or provide electricity. All these tasks must meet the requirements of the National Electrical Code and OSHA safety codes. These two organizations provide guidelines for a lot of the work I do, so I must understand the regulations pretty well. Follow me. Let's go to another job site. As I mentioned earlier, in my work I need to use two-dimensional drawings as references. As you can see on this job site, we usually carry stacks of paper-based drawings to the site, but now I can access all of them easily through a tablet. So nowadays, I simply bring my own tablet to the site. My company uses an app that allows us to add markings and annotations on drawings to check what we have completed and what we still need to work on. Everything is connected to the cloud so that everyone is aware of others' progress, can communicate with team members, and keep track of their work easily. I'm also taking some courses from our company. One of them is teaching us how to model the electrical system in 3D using the concept of building information modeling, also known as BIM. I'm really excited to use all these innovative technologies as they help us perform our tasks easier and better communicate with each other, and I'm sure we will be using more and more of them in our daily work. Follow me. Let's talk about the safety aspect of my work. By now, you're probably aware that our work as electricians is considered the backbone of the economic sector. Many people's jobs depend on us doing our work properly. And for us to properly perform our work, we must stay safe. As electricians, safety is a big part of our job. I have attended several safety training classes, such as OSHA 10-hour training and CPR training in school. When we work in the field, we always wear personal protective equipment, including safety glasses, gloves, and hard hats. Ear protection is required if it gets pretty loud on the site. We have procedures that we follow to make things safe electrically because we're not permitted to work on anything live. Furthermore, we have weekly safety meetings on the project where we all gather and discuss any new safety procedures or existing hazards to make sure everybody is aware of them and we are all on the same page. Follow me. Let's go to another project I worked on. It's almost finished at this point. As I gain more experience as an electrician, I find myself really enjoying this job. This is the kind of work that really gives me a tremendous feeling of accomplishment. I can see real results when I work throughout my day. Look around you. This is a museum project I worked on for almost a year, building all of its electrical systems. When I drive on the road and pass by it, I feel excited and proud that I built something that will sit there for decades to bring knowledge and joy to many people. I also like that we get the chance to work on various types of projects, from residential or commercial buildings to museums, hospitals, or airports. We get to see a lot of different things on each project, no matter how long or short it is. I remember when I was in high school, there was a negative connotation with trades, and I disagree with that now. I see the complexity of some of the jobs that I was on, how demanding it could be, and that we need intelligent people to make successful jobs come through. Just take a look at the electrical room of this museum and all these electric switchboards, distribution boards, and circuit breakers. They control all the electrical equipment and components in the whole building. A significant amount of work must be done to make sure all the electrical equipment and components in such a huge facility are working properly. Oh, I'm going to go meet my coworker Nancy shortly in the prefab factory. She's a really experienced electrician and has a lot of valuable insights into this industry. Let's go meet her and see if she wants to share anything with us.
Hi, I'm Nancy. I heard from Lisa that she is introducing you to the electrical trade. I'm an electrical foreman and I have around 15 years experience working in this field. I personally encourage and welcome young ladies like you to join our industry. There's always a high demand for electricians in the market. After all, no matter how the economy goes, everyone's life needs a functional electrical system, so the demand is always there. And I know a large number of skilled electricians in the industry have been retiring, so it would be a very wise move for you to join the electrical industry now. You can be very successful in the trade. There are tons of available career options I can think of. You can work in the field as a coordinator, project manager, or field superintendent, or you may work in the office with a specialty in a specific area such as building information modeling, prefabrication, training, or engineering. You can even get an electrical contractor license and open your own company. Nowadays, there is also a lot of incentives for companies to be owned by women. The government and big corporations are the largest buyers of goods and services and often award contracts specifically to women. These contracts can be constant, reliable sources of income. So you will have a wide range of things that you can get into, including being a working electrician. You might hear people stereotype the electrical industry as a male-dominated one, where everyone should be tall and muscular to successfully do their job. But even if you are short or not muscular, you can definitely be a successful electrician. For example, I am one of those short people. So I end up doing things that tall people can't do. My body, being small and thin, helps me get into places where some who might be overweight or tall and big and muscular can't get into. This field is for anybody.
Wow, thank you for the valuable information, Nancy. Nancy and I need to go back to work soon. I hope you enjoyed my story and getting to know a little more about electrical work. I'll see you soon at the nearest job site. Bye!